Yeah, so I have one of Nigerians hard-fighting midfield player, a player that has played everywhere on the field throughout his career. Probably, I don't know if he's ever kept in goal as a goalkeeper, but I know that he's played as a striker at the
No, no.
Olympic. He's played as a striker in Warri Wolves. He played as a striker and a support striker. He's played as an attacking midfielder. He's played as a defensive midfielder. He scored with his left, his right, his head, free kick, corner kick, everywhere. But at the same time, he's also dealt with the challenges that football provides. As sweet as football is, they say football money is like blood money. But then in blood money, you make sacrifice. The same way you make a lot of sacrifice in football. If there's anybody who can talk about football injury, I am the person because my career ended because of a knee injury. So this is one player who's, I mean, he give you 110, 150% every game he plays. But at the same time, injury kills your confidence in the game of football. We're going to talk about him, maybe as a football player and as a doctor, because right now I think his blood can heal those that are sick because he's taking enough treatment to become the blood. I have with me in the interview room, Oghenekaro. Oghenekaro, how are you? How you doing? How's life been for you lately?
Good afternoon, bro. I'm fine. I'm good. I've been doing fine. I've been great. Thank God. As you can see, like I said, I'm fine. I'm amazing. Thank God.
You're back to the game. That's the way I can put it. You're back, and you've been playing consistently lately. For the sake of the audience, for the sake of the people that are watching you, what have you been up to? I mean, the last time you were injured and you just went off radar, you were not on social media. Last time I saw you was the Super Six at Mobile Johnson Arena.
Yeah, yeah,
After
yeah.
that time, we've not seen, nobody's heard anything from you. Just felt like you disappeared. So let's play some catch up. What have you been up to since the last time I saw you?
Uh it's been a long journey for me, but like I said, thank God I'm good now. Uh, well, I just have to start from somewhere. The last time you saw me was at the Super Six, and I remember the season just finished, and it was actually the former NFF president, Mr. Amaju Melvin Pinnick. So I met with him, and then he was like, "Oh, that let's go watch some of these games," you know. So I said, "Okay." So we went there and watched two of the games, and I actually went because of the fact that Remo Star uh, was meant to play the last game, and as you all know, Mr. Kunle Sonamen is like a father to me. So I was like, yeah, opportunity for me to watch his team play. I called him that, oh, that I'm coming to watch and everything. So we cash up at Onikon. And after that, I was waiting to get, you know, a good proposal because that was my last year from Stoke. So I was apparently a free player, and that was one of the major reasons that I got confident that yeah, I'm a free player now, so definitely I got the time and everything that I needed. So it was it was really tough in the sense that you know at some point I stayed like a couple of weeks in Nigeria, and then I went to the UK because my family was there. And yeah, I actually how I got my injury was it was so bad because if I say this, no one is going to even believe this. That's why I stay off social media for that period of time. It was just people that were really close to me that knew what happened to me. But I was getting a lot of messages, calls like, "Oh, what happened? You don't want to play football anymore, or what's happening to you? You've not been without a team." But no one knew that I ruptured my Achilles because when I went back to Manchester, I there was this it's like a tournament that the former Man City player Lescott is the one
Yeah,
hosting. Yeah, so
let's
it's
go.
like yeah, so he calls like professional players, not like amateur, because obviously everyone is off season. So if you want to keep fit, just for you to get yourself going, everyone is coming to play. Even players that lives around. Like it was even my friend of mine, Papi Cisse, Senegalese, because we live close to each other, like literally like 5-10 minutes from each other. So we usually meet at the gym. So he said to me, bro, come play, like just to keep fit, So I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to come play. And yeah, along the line, that was how I rough shot my Achilles. I was like, it's surprising though, because I just finished a whole season, 28 games I played the whole season. And obviously, this is the first time I'm having a serious injury like this. And we're talking about Achilles that is going to keep you out for the whole season. But then I didn't even know that Achilles injury is this serious, In my head, I was just thinking, 4 or 5 months, I should be fine. And when it happened, I was like, wow, I can't believe this is happening though. So I called a friend of mine when I was in Watford, the doctor. He's a very good friend of mine, Spanish. So I told him, look, this is what happened. So he said that I can link you up with, Lassie. Lassie was the guy that did my first operation. And that's where all the professional football players, like top players, go to do it. When you have like tendons, you want to repair knees and everything, he's really good, and he's in Finland. I was like, yeah, please, can you just ring him for me? Let me just speak to him so we can schedule a day for the operation. And I called him, and like I said, only few people. I can tell you, just my wife, couple of close friends, and yeah, that knew about this. And one of the person I called again was Honorable Kunle Shonami. I called him, I'm like, this is what happened, and he was like, really? I said, yeah, and he was like, okay, it has happened, it has happened. The most important thing is for you to fix yourself, And yeah, that was I think he's the only person that knew that, okay, this is what's going on, And I flew to Finland, I did the operation. So the surgeon told me that, listen, Carol, this is what it is. This injury, just know that you're completely out for the whole season. I was like, how is this possible? Like, in my head, a lot was going through my head, because even before I got injured, like I got a lot of offers, but I was waiting for a much, much better one because I was a free player, Not like I didn't get any offer. And you can ask my agent, like I got a lot of offers, like clubs calling me like, oh, this is what we can pay, this is what we can do. I was like, no. And even some of my few coaches as well, they called me, like Alan Pardew, Chisco, when I was at Watford, when I was in Spain, even when I was in Stoke, the assistant coach then called me, but I decided not to keen into them because, I was like, okay, I want something big because, as a free player, this is one of the best opportunity for you to, like, should I use the word cash out money-wise, and then obviously you take your time to decide what you want, But then I was just to relax. I was like, okay, no problem, that's fine, like it's fine. I'm going to definitely get something because I'm a free player. I can move anytime, So when I got injured, everything, I was still getting lots of calls like, oh, bro, you don't want to play. This club is ready. This club wants to offer this. But I couldn't even say anything
because nobody knew you were injured.
Yeah.
It was good that you kept it. It was good that you kept it quiet anyway.
Yeah, all I was saying is I was just trying to discharge them that, oh, the money is too small. Oh, I don't want to come to this country. Oh, I don't want to play here. But no one knew what was going on, But in my head, I just kept it positive because the surgeon said to me after 5-6 months, that's when I can start, running a little bit, just slow jogging. I was like, wow. So when I spoke to Honorable Kunle Shoname after I did the surgery, so I told him like, look, I want to go to Portugal to go do the rehab. He has a team in Portugal, and that was where I started my career. Yeah, that was where I started. So it was like, yeah, that anytime I want, I can go there. It's up to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Portugal. So I flew to Portugal, and they were even welcoming because obviously I played there. Everything was new. Everything has changed. Just only the sporting director that was still there, and he knows me. So they informed him that I'm coming. I went there. I met with him. We had this little meeting, and we just talked a lot. And he was like, "How is it possible that you got injured like this?" I was like, "I can't complain. The most important thing is, for me to just recover now. But it's it's bad though, and it kills you mentally, it drains you, you know. So I was in Portugal. I stayed in Portugal for like, should I say, until December. So I flew back to Manchester because I told the doctor that, look, I need to spend Christmas and New Year with my family, you know. And they were like, yeah, now after that I can come back. And when I got back to Manchester, I met with some physios as well, because they are the one, you know, looking after me. They looked after me and all that. So during January, it was 5 months because I got injured in October. And so October, no, I got injured September. So it was September, October, November, December, January. It was 5 months. So that was when the doctor said that after 5 months, you can start slow jogging. So I was still getting lots of calls, you know. Oh, bro, come play. You don't want to play football anymore. But no one
they don't
knows. Yeah,
know.
no one knows, you know. No one knows. Like, even I can tell you, like, I got lots of offers on my phone. Like, you know, these clubs just send this contract, but what am I going to do? So it was just the ones that I know that, you know, that they were really close to me. I told them, look, this is what happened to me. And they were like, shit. And obviously, if you tell a club that you ruptured your Achilles, this
Yeah,
is going
it's
to take
over
9 to 10
now.
months.
It's over.
Yeah, so not like maybe like it's a muscle injury that will take a couple of months, maybe 1 month or 2 months. No. So all the clubs that, you know, that have been calling, but obviously there's nothing I can do. I just said to them, look, I ruptured my Achilles, and, you know, even I spoke to some of few of them, like the vice president, the sporting director. They were like, wow, really? And that was when they knew that, oh, that's why you didn't play. Because
It takes
actually
a
most of them were
year.
yeah, most of them they were actually thinking, oh, like, you know, he got nothing, like there was nothing. So it was not until January, February, that was when I started, you know, coming up like lively. People were, I was actually telling people, oh, this is what happened to me. They're like, oh, this is why you didn't play. Oh, this is why you didn't play. Oh, so they're like, oh, my friend, okay, get well soon, you know. So luckily for me, when I was in Galatasaray, I know this guy, Emra, is the sporting director of Genclerbirligi. So he called me and he said to me that, look, Etebo, I know the situation, but now what you need now is you need to start training with the group and everything. Come to Ankara, let's talk, you know. So I came, they got me ticket, I came to Ankara, and they were like, look, we know that you're not going to be ready, but if you're going to be ready for the playoff games in May, then you can play 1 or 2 games. So we had like a roundtable meeting, me, my agent, the doctor. But along the line, the doctor said something to me that, look, Etebo, you're 28. You don't have to risk your career that bad. It's better for you to just forget about the season completely and just recover. Since the
Fantastic.
club has agreed that, okay, we want you to be here. They are going to treat me. They are going to do everything. They look after me. I shouldn't worry, because obviously the sporting director, Emma, is a very good guy. He's a very good friend of mine, you know. So he said to me that, listen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm listening.
So he said to me that the doctor said to me that, listen, Etebo, I'm a big fan of yours because I'm a Galatasaray fan, but listen, just forget about this season, focus on the next season, you know, because imagine if you try to play 1 or 2 games. I know you're 7 months now, so you're going to 7 months now. So, and obviously you just started running, and this type of injury takes long time to heal. So if you imagine you try to risk it for just 1 or 2 games, just because the team is fighting for playoffs, they want to go to the Super League, and then God forbid, let's not be negative, and you ruptured it, it's going to take 18 months. So why not wait a couple of months than for you to risk it, you know? And then me and my agent, we talked about it. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Let's just forget about this season. And then they told me that, okay, they want me to stay with them because obviously they are going to have like new presidents, historical club, you know.
Yeah.
It's an historical club. So I have a very good relationship with them. So I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. So I was with them. They accommodated me. I was using everything, like everything that every other players were entitled to use. I was literally, they opened the door for me. I was really good with the coaches, everyone in the club, everyone. So because for them they're like, oh wow, they can't believe like Etebo is here. So but I
Oh,
was like, yeah,
wow.
it's life. The most important thing is just for me to get better. And yeah, I I was with them. I stayed with them until the end of the season. And when I was like 7 months, 8 months at the end of the season, I went back to Nigeria. And yeah, I got few offers, not compared to the first time, but because
Yeah.
obviously people were
Time
like,
have
oh,
elapsed.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, people knew that, oh, what happened to me that I ruptured my Achilles. So a lot of clubs were like, oh, wow, is it better now? Is it fine now? So I was like, yeah, I'm fine now. At least now I'm 8, 9 months now. So I'm training. And even before I left, Turkey, I was training with the group. I was training with them, like full training, full session. So they knew that I'm fine. I'm 100%. But it was so funny because, the guy that brought me here, during April, they had an election. So they got a new president, new sporting director, new coach.
Oh,
Yeah. But still the guys, they know me. So they saw that, okay, I came here, and they were like, oh, they were talking to the doctor like, how is the table now, is he ready? And the doctor said to them that yeah, he's ready. So they kept calling, and yeah, I got offers from first division. But I remember what the former coach said to me, that sometimes it's very important that when a club open the doors for you like this, you should at least show them some respect. Because I remember every time the doctor would say to me, Etebo, even if it's 6 months or 1 year, you have to wear this jersey, because we looked after you and all
I honestly would
that.
not have forgiven you, Carol, as a brother,
Yeah.
if you just finish that treatment and you go to another club. I would personally take it against you. Like, man, this guy, you are very
Yeah,
ungrateful.
and so a lot of people were calling that, oh, why will you go to second division in Turkey? Why? But my friend, you don't even
When
know
you
what
were
happened.
done, who took care of you?
Yeah, so the coach said that, listen, that, and even before the coach left, the coach said to me, because it's German talking, he said to me that he said to me that he wants to go to Germany, and obviously he wants to bring me. And he said to me that, listen, I won't lie to you, I've been in this situation before, because he used to be ex-Besiktas player. So he said to me that when a club opens the doors for you like this, a lot of people don't know what happened, but you have to respect them, because obviously I didn't pay for nothing from January to the end of the season. I was using their facility, training with the group. They like everything, 100%. There was no
Yeah.
issue. I had nothing to do with anyone, no issue with anyone. The club, they know me. So they say to me that the coach said to me that, I will tell you something. Even before you sign for any team or before you go anywhere, just remember that these guys are the guys that looked after you. So it's very important. Even I when I before I came here, I got two offers anyway from Israel, and even some first division in Turkey as well. They were like, oh, that we know you've not played for a year, the money is not that big, but the most important thing is just for you to get yourself going back, just for you to be on the pitch, start playing, for everyone to say, okay, you're back. So I said, okay, no problem. So I told the sporting director, because the sporting director called my friend as well that made the deal. So they spoke to the vice president, the president, so that, oh, that they want me to come back. I said, okay, you guys should prepare the document for the visa, and then no problem, I'll play with you guys. So I signed 1+1, and even in my contract, it's so easy because they didn't even put any buyout clause. They didn't even put that, oh, you're going to live for this amount. Because for them, when I say why I say it's an historical club is they have this thing of these big players coming in, so they
Yeah.
want to get this name that, okay, like they are the one that I brought you back when you were down. Because not just me, they mentioned some couple of players that played here before, and because the president that died is one of the biggest presidents here in Turkey. He usually like goes to Africa. I think may so rest in peace. Isaac Promise, he played here.
Yeah, he did.
And if I can tell you some of the guys that are still working in the club, they're gonna ask me, "Oh, Promise, good guy, good guy," you know. So they they love him here so much that they really respect him so much. So I'm like, yeah, he's Nigerian. So that's how I find myself here. But that's the story of my life. That's what happened to me last year that I didn't play. But a lot of people don't know. They didn't know what happened. They just felt like, oh, you don't want to play football. Sometimes I'll get some message, you've resigned, you don't want to play football.
Somebody send me a message, say, your brother don't see money, don't big go, they play ball again. I was like, I mean,
Yeah.
even me, you know me now, I'm not pushy.
Yeah.
If he's not going to tell me, why should I go and ask? That's the way I always live my life with people. And I was like,
Yeah.
so I replied the guy, I said, you like the football past Caro when you play the ball. Because I mean, I don't know how you think you love somebody's job more than him. There must be a reason why. It's his career. He's played it even when there was no money, even when there was no fame, there was nothing. He was playing in the streets of Warri, play for Lord Honor, play for Warri Wolves. You think it is now where he's seeing something, he would just say, I don't want to play again. He's young.
Exactly.
So it's good that you said this because, again, in the national team, we're not bad in defense. We're also not bad in attack, but that midfield sometimes just seems to be the problem. I mean, injuries have followed you everywhere you've gone, but every time you stayed fit, you've played well. You've given it your all. Do you think that the Super Eagles of Nigeria right now, when you look at that team, so I played in team where they would tell somebody, go and warm up and go and play. And the person on the bench will be telling other players, oh, but I don't know if you play this match, this match hot. I don't know if you've experienced that, but I have seen that happen. Now, do you look at the Super Eagles and say, no, this time I'm not going
Yeah, I've seen it as well.
You've seen it,
Witnessed it
right?
as well in the Super Eagles. I've witnessed it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've
Good.
witnessed it in the Super Eagles, yeah.
I don't dare when they tell person go warm up, he say, oh boy, if they kill that guy with it, then I me go play. I beg, leave him make coach, don't worry, give him time, he will play. And then they go turn face us like, but I know if he play this match. You see that guy will kill me. I've seen that. Now, for you, do you look at the Super Eagles and is it possible that you think there is a space for you, Oghenekaro Etebo, to come and play in that midfield?
For me, I was talking to a very close friend of mine, and we're just because I watched all the games in the AFCON qualifiers and everything, and yeah, I was like, wow, I won't even lie to you. Even the AFCON, I think the first game we drew or something.
Yeah, against Cote
Yeah,
d'Ivoire.
I was like, in my head, I was like, how is this possible? But along the line, where we started doing well from knockout stage to the quarterfinals to the semis. I was like, okay, for sure, this one is coming home. I'm gonna use the British word. This one is coming home.
It's coming home. It's
coming home. So I was actually watching the game with my wife and a couple of friends and everything. But yeah, about the Super Eagles, I must say that it's it's a thing of joy when you're being called up. Even if you're going to get criticized, it's normal. People are going to like, oh, what is he doing here? Why did they call him? Why is this player called up? But sometimes they will kill you, they will criticize you, but heads up, because obviously it's what happens. There's no player that's going to be there that they've not mashed him up or something. So, but it's just for you to just make sure that when you're on the pitch, you give your best. For me, even the guys that are there, they are better. They are doing their best. I appreciate them so much because obviously, let's be honest, it's just we're just one step away from bringing the cup home. So they did an amazing job, fantastic job. Me, I won't even lie to you, and I'm being honest with you. Yeah. God is my witness. You are my witness now on this live video. If I get a call up back to the Super Eagles, no matter what it is, regardless of what it is, I'm still going to be, same Etebo, just to give my best. But if I didn't get a call up, right, it's fine. Also, because obviously, my major target is for me to get back on the pitch. Because obviously, as a player, when you're playing, when you on the pitch week in, week out, everyone can see that, okay, you're back, you're doing well. Sometimes it's not just to talk, just like you said now, you witness player that was going to say, oh, this match, big pass me, or this one. I've witnessed it as well.
I'm not playing this game.
And it was, and it was during the World Cup qualifiers. I've witnessed it as well. Like, just when we came off of warm up and they saw the crowd, are like, a player I heard what you said, you know.
Don't mention his name, please. Don't mention his name.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I won't do that. God forbid, I won't do that. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that. But I was like, really? And it was just so funny, you know, but we were just joking with it and others, you know. I was like, what about if you go to the World Cup then and then you're playing against maybe France, Argentina, or, you know, England? I was like, but we just joke with it and all that. But yeah, the thing is this, the Super Eagles, why not? I would love to. Is one thing that even if I get a call up, I'll be, you know, happy with it. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna say, oh, the players that are there, that they are not doing well, they are not better. No, they are doing a fantastic job, an amazing job. Because obviously, we just need to know something. Sometimes you even get criticized that, oh, you scoring goals in your club, you're doing this magic in your club. You know, why can't you do it in your country? But again, it's different. You know, African football is different. Let's be honest, it's different. But
yeah,
I
accept that completely, Caro. There's one major, you know, talking point that has been running around, that the players of the Super Eagles do not respect local coaches the same way they respect foreign coaches. Now, see, Carol, on this one, I know that you would defend your guys. You know, say football, and I'll be like Curtis. But I have been in and around this team for the last 15 years. And sometimes I see the way you people respond when there is a foreign coach, and I see the way you people respond when the coach is a local Nigerian coach. I don't like using the word local, Nigerian coach. Is there a part of, I will speak pidgin English, you get one part of now, if I just say a Nigerian coach, and I just say, I bet this one not sabi, or maybe now the training way they introduce, now I make they look at like, this one I beg, it's supposed to be to the standard of what it would be used to for Europe. What's really the deal?
Well, I won't even lie to you. To be honest, I've never, not that I'm trying to defend my colleagues or trying to say, oh, what you said now. I won't even lie to you. I have no idea. This is the first time I'm hearing this. I won't lie to you.
Really?
I have no idea. Yeah. I'm being honest. Whatever I say to you on this live, I'm being honest with you.
No, me and you now, brother. If you like, you're not honest to me now, you know now.
Yeah. No, because obviously, even I've witnessed, you know, like the last World Cup qualifiers against Ghana that we didn't qualify. Austin Eguavoen. And even before that,
the thunder where I once said give all of now. I see they prepare them.
Even before then, Samsi Shasha, Amunike, which other coach again? Those are the ones that I'm talking about when I was called up though. So I believe they
Eguavoen
to any foreign coach that came up, you know, that came to Super Eagles. Yeah, because obviously, Eguavoen, Samsi Shasha, Amunike. So I'm just calling those names because those are the ones that I worked with when I was called up, you know, as our African coach.
Yeah.
So there was no day, there was no moment that I witnessed, you know, sign of disrespect or dishonesty that, oh, okay, because he's an African coach or maybe because he's a local coach, then obviously he's not going to, he doesn't deserve that respect that is going to be given to maybe Roy or maybe a foreigner, Posero. No. I won't even lie to you. You mentioning this now is the first time that I'm hearing this, and I don't know where this is coming from, but I believe that no matter what it is, a coach is a coach. He's the boss, he's the boss. We've seen cases that even your teammate that you played with, tomorrow, they might appoint them as the coach. He's your boss. You have to give him that respect. He's the head. He decides everything. So there's nothing you can do. So we all know, I know you've played the game as well. As a professional football player, you know, whoever is the boss, makes the decision. He gives the go ahead. So even if he's your teammate 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago, he's not the boss. So you have to respect him. That's just the truth. It's just the honest truth.
Let's branch away from football a bit. Let's talk about your tattoo. Carol, me and you will be worried children. We grew up in the streets of Wafi. So let me talk to you like worry papa and worry mama. Carol, Tivawa with tattoo now. Where did tattoo from come? Let's talk about your tattoo. When you first do this tattoo, what's your mama and your papa talk?
I know a lie for you. The first one I did was the name of my son. I hide them. Not even where I do the tattoos that you can tell, say if I wear it, Yeah, you can tell say if I wear t-shirts, not only if except say you they see me probably, if not, if I wear t-shirt, normal t-shirt, you know go even know say I do tattoo self. Like I not put on for the place like say, everybody go say, okay, can I do tattoo? So but the first one I did, not see I put on now this corner here. Well, after
Because
that though,
I know wetin my late mother go do and wetin she go talk. Hey, the talk not go finish, oh, Carol.
it was the same, it was the same for me as well.
Ikwegbe
No, it was the same for me as well. It was the same for me as well.
that Egini woman will bomb me. The talk not go finish.
It was believe me, it was the same for me as well. Before I first do the first one, I was like, no. What my mom said to me, even my wife said, she tell me, are you sure you can handle Mamu? I'm like, don't worry, she no go see him. She no go see him because obviously if I'm like this, you will see it now. Like, okay, you sure say you go feel handle your mama? Because apparently my mom, well, I'm from a Christian home, and obviously my mom, she's a deaconess as well from Church of God. So that's why, that's why my mom was.
My mom is Assemblies of God and Church of God Mission. They are the same, and she be choir mistress.
My mom, she's a deaconess. Yeah, my mom, she's a deaconess. And even if I go back to my hometown now, that's where all of us, me and my siblings, were dedicated. And so my wife would say to me, you just say you go feel handle your mama if you see this thing. But,
ordinary earring now I put for my ear. I not put hole, just the that stud with magnetic stud.
The ones that stick. Yeah.
My mother almost cut my ear come out. No. But generally, I mean, when you look at your life coming from Warri, the streets of Warri, I mean, we both know how the streets are now compared to how it was back in the day. Is there any regrets that you chose football?
There was never. If I look back from where I've been coming from until this day, till this moment, I won't lie to you, there was never a regret in my life. I was even a couple of days ago, like this was a conversation I was having with my wife. So it was like, wow, because obviously she's from Warri as well, so we grew up, from the same wood and everything. So she was like, oh, that if you look back to where we've been coming from, I'm on this life, thank God. Because every day you're hearing different news now. This person, imagine someone that, what even brought the whole issue? I remember if I mention one name now, you will know. May so rest in perfect peace, Jimmy. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know it. They sent me the picture and like, oh, that he's dead. I was like, how is this possible? Like,
when I heard the story, my heart break.
Yeah, so we're just having this random conversation that imagine, see life, imagine where you coming from and all that, see where you day to day. Trust me, if I say I regret one day, one bit, there was never a regret. I just all what I've been saying is thank God, thank God. Sometimes but again, in life there are some storms that will shake you. It's normal, but sometimes it's just for the way. That it's just for you to know that sometimes there are some storms that will shake you. They're trying to, prepare you for a greater ride,
Yeah. So as we wrap up, we have 2 more minutes to go. I promise you 30 minutes, and I'm going to keep to that. And I know that you need to go to training now. Oghenekaro, give me just in 2 minutes 5 highlights, your best moment as a football player. For the national team, for club, anyone, just 5.
5. 5. That's a good question though, because I've not even thought about it, to be honest. That's a really good question. I won't even lie, it's a good question. I didn't see this one coming, but it's a good question because I've not thought about it like, oh, these are the best moments, or these are my favorite moments, or this is one of them 2 or 3 moments that, But the first one is when I first signed my first contract with Warus, and then it was so funny because then Epa, who is late as well, I remember what he said to me, who be this small boy, you won't play Nigeria League, like who be this small boy, so and I remember my first league game that I played, I got an hat-trick, and he's one person that, if I score 1 goal, he gifts me a JC up and down every game if I score one goal. But that was, should I say that was the way he's trying to push me? And he didn't disappoint. Every game I scored, the next day I'm getting the JC up and down, tracksuit, everything. I think that's one. And the second one is the game we played against Algeria, because I think that's one of the games that, made people, should I say, use the word showcase me?
Yeah.
Against Algeria, the under-23 Nations Cup final in Senegal. When I dragged with that ball from the middle of the line. So even till today, me and the Honorable Kunle Tsunami will still talk about it. Sometimes he will say to me, you don't hold that bag. Don't forget that you like say you see young, go you hold it. So just because he's one person that he likes to joke a lot when it comes to.
Yeah, Kunle Tsunami is a great guy.
I beg this one don't hold it, or maybe he like using one word. So this one I hold two player. I beg this one. This one I hold two player. So he will never for one day tell you, oh wow, you are so good. Never. He will never say, oh.
Yeah.
But he's one person that privately he will tell you that you were fantastic in this game. But in the public, I beg this one our two player, this one also I play, but jokingly.
Yeah.
So I think that's another moment that I will never forget. And then obviously the Olympic Games, not because I scored 4 goals, but it was crazy though, because I remember we played the game and we flew to Manaus the same day of the game.
I remember.
I
was involved. So let's not even go back there. Yeah, we don't have time. So, we will talk about that
people will think, because like which day during this last month was Olympics, right? The one in Paris. I was with our doctor, and I said to him, that doc, do you know I've got an Olympic medal and I don't know where it is? It was like, Peter, what is this? What are you saying? I said, yes, I've got an Olympic medal. He said, you're lying. So quickly he went on his phone.
Caro.
Yeah.
We're going to let you go now. This Olympic medal talk, our next conversation. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Adolphus, bye-bye.